Of course, this is our lovely co-host, Ms. Z.
Hi.
And tonight we have two special guests with us. You all know Mr. Zane. Of course, y'all asked for him, and he's back.
Hey, y'all definitely did.
And we also have Mr. Corey joining us tonight. Cheers. Thank you so much for joining us today. Yes.
Yeah, I'm so glad I have more people this episode because I'm going to tell you, I was telling Bree earlier, when I was reviewing our past episodes, I feel like I was in like last 4 and she was on 1 and I was like, okay, I'm alcoholic at this point. So I got a little scared about that. But before we start, you know, we love to give you guys a preview, just a recap of what we talked about last week. So if you joined us, it was about boundaries, and boundaries such with your family, your friends, relationships, and I already said friends, sorry, and work. Sorry about that. And if you missed it, you can look on our YouTube, our Spotify to go back and kind of get a recap of everything we talked about.
Right. So, we're going to jump in with some of the Facebook comments as well. I'm sorry, y'all. So, we did a discussion on Facebook and Instagram, as we always do. So, this week's discussion, I think I asked 2 questions on Facebook today. And one of the questions was, do you think cheating can be forgiven? And we had one person who responded to that. She said yes. And I'm with her on that one. I am. We also had a discussion and it said, have you ever dealt with a cheated ex, spouse, or significant other? How did you deal with that? Did you stay or did you leave? And if you chose to stay, why? So we had one really good comment. And of course, I told my story on there. So if y'all want to see my story, y'all can go see that. But Ms. Danielle said she said it was super toxic. It was a super toxic relationship. I stayed longer than I should have. People cheat because they want more than what you are offering. But let me tell you, you're 100% worth having someone who sees and appreciates you just as you are and doesn't want anything else. Everyone deserves to find happiness, and sometimes in order to do that, you have to let the dream you imagine in your broken relationship to take time to fall in love with yourself. Again, falling in love with yourself again before opening up to real love and commitment. That's what relationships are. You are committed to each other to go through the world together, to support one another, encourage one another, and accept the person as they are. It's not a place for lying or sneaking. It's all about complete honesty and open with each other.
Yes.
I agree.
Spoken word of the day.
Right.
So for me, I took it to Instagram. Y'all know I love the Instagram poll. So there were 3 questions I asked on Instagram. So the first one is, do you think cheating can be forgivable? And 59% said no. And 41% said yes. Okay, my Instagram followers. The second one said, once a cheater, always a cheater. And once again, 61% did say no now. They did. And 39% said yes, always a cheater. Once a cheater, always a cheater. And then the last question was, have you ever cheated before? You guys, I had to tell everyone this is anonymous. I'm not going to tell your business. I just wanted to know. And this one was really close. 47% said yes and 53% said no. But I actually did get an interesting comment in my DMs after this, and the guy was like, how many of that 47% is lying? And I was like, hey, ain't my business. It's an open forum.
Right.
Everybody judging.
Right.
Yeah, so I just don't listen to what they say.
No judgment here. All right, so with that said, we're going to jump right into our topic of today. And, of course, we didn't introduce the topic, so that's my bad. The topic today is cheating and its aftermath. Okay? And I guess y'all could have picked up on that because we was just talking about it. Our first our first topic is, what do you consider cheating?
That's a good one right there, because I'm telling you, what you say ain't what I say saying what I say and what they say definitely.
Right.
It's hard to define what you can consider cheating because it's just hard. Like, how can you determine if somebody's cheating or not?
I can. So I'm gonna tell you what I can do.
She said she got
I can determine it, and my man
She said don't need help.
I can help you to the rescue. I think for me, I say cheating is anything your spouse say or do that if you were right there beside them or right there like looking at it, they would feel ashamed doing or they wouldn't do in front of
They
you.
wouldn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, they wouldn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So if you physically talking to a girl and I was right there, if you would say the same things right there in front of me, I don't think that's where the line draws. Like, or if you're texting a girl, if this is a group message with all three of us, would you be saying the same thing?
Right.
So that's my definition of it.
Okay.
That's a good one. I like that one.
What about you?
Definition of cheating. Wow. 'Cause I mean, it can. You don't necessarily have to touch somebody to cheat. You can cheat emotionally. Real quick.
What you said?
You can cheat emotionally real quick. So yeah, I guess it's. I mean, woo, that's a tough one. That cheat, the whole cheating thing. When you hit me up with this lineup of what we were going to be going over, I really thought this was a home run. This is something we need to touch on. I feel like on all different levels, like for sure. So yeah, like I mean, it can be as simple as a friendly text message from the wrong person. If his mindset's not on friends, like that's, and you know that, and you're entertaining it, that can be considered cheating. So, I mean, I think it's each person's different. It can, you know, we all have our boundaries and our limits. That's why when you start dating someone, you need to sit down and make sure you know those boundaries and limits.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because me talking to a girl, you know, having a conversation may seem innocent to me, but my girl may see that there's a problem with it. So we need to talk about it. Like, you know, just let me know the boundaries.
Right. Okay, and for me, y'all know I gotta write my stuff down because sometimes I be knowing what I be wanting to say, but it be slipping and I don't get everything out. So don't mind me if you see me reading, I just got it written down. So to me, cheating is anything that is emotionally involved. Let's be honest now. Cheating most times does not start in the act. It starts with the conversation that creates the emotions.
Yeah.
I can't speak for y'all men, I just can't. But I'll say for us women, we are emotional. You know, all it takes is one good conversation, and we already done created that connection, and the act of cheating has already started. Like for real, like think about it. So here's an example. If you ask a woman what qualities that she liked in a man, what she's gonna say?
Loyal will be probably up there.
Right, but also being able to hold an intellectual conversation.
Yeah, sure.
Conversation turns into a connection, which gets emotions involved, and then that's when the cheating comes. Because now you taking time from where you usually texting your man, and you texting this other man, or you usually on the phone with your man talking to your man, and you talking to somebody else. That's
Or female.
Or female, right? Or female. Now you talking to somebody else, and that's taken away from what you have with them, and then that turns into like, oh, you know, that conversation turns to, okay, let me get your number, you text it, something.
It all starts out innocent.
Yeah, let us meet up. Y'all done met up, and now it's like, oh, now here comes y'all getting all cozy with each other. Y'all done, you know, got those emotions involved, and now the act has actually came into play. So now you cheating, like. So for me, I feel like it's anything that's emotionally involved. If you emotionally involved with somebody else while you're in a relationship, now keyword in a relationship. If you just talking to somebody, I don't really think you're really cheating because y'all just in the talking stage. If you dating somebody, y'all haven't established, hey, yeah, we exclusive. I'm with you, you with me. That's that. I don't feel like that's cheating because you're still just dating around. But when you in a relationship or a marriage and y'all are exclusively only seeing each other, only dealing with each other, then yes. And then I feel like when you get those emotions involved with someone else, it's cheating.
Now y'all leave it.
It's all came down now.
Now it's all on me. Well, my definition of cheating, I would pretty much piggyback off of what you said. You know, once you get emotionally tied to somebody else and you're not giving your all to the person that you used to be giving your all to, that's when you start to cheat. Like, you know, a little conversation here and there more often versus when it was just, you know, maybe checking up on a good friend. You know, you can tell when somebody's trying to be more than what they're supposed to be.
You know.
Yeah, so
Everybody knows.
Yeah, so that's when the cheating comes in. You know, it's okay. I'm not saying that girls and guys can't go out to eat together, but if you go out to eat and then you try to come to the house and maybe do a little too much, that's when you start getting cheating. But you can go out to eat, have a good conversation with a friend. That's not cheating. You know, it's boundaries, I guess, to the friendship of what you have.
Yeah.
And if you cross those boundaries, then you start to cheat.
Right.
Yet again, just sitting down and knowing each other's boundaries.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I feel like a lot of people say, I don't want my man or my woman having any other friends outside of me. I don't want them having like a man. I want my woman having male friends outside of me. Or I hear women say, I don't want my man having female friends outside of me. But I feel like it's healthy to have friends of the opposite sex. But
we gotta keep it
with
respectful.
with conditions.
Like she
with
said,
conditions.
if you can't say something in front of the person that you're, you know, that's occupying your time at that moment, then you can't. It's something there, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you got a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, and you can't go out with a friend and be with your spouse or other significant other, then it's a problem.
Right.
Yeah. And I think,
No, go ahead.
no, I think we have all those friends. Like when you're single, you might have that guy friend, that girlfriend, you've never crossed the line, but it's flirty. It's kind of like, you know, if y'all having a good night, you might be at their house after 12 or 1, you might have never went there, but y'all been friends and then had that flirtatious manner. And when you do get in a relationship, you have to realize I kind of have to back up from there.
Yeah.
Because we can't do the same thing.
And keep yourself out of those situations.
Right.
I think that's key. That's
You
what I was about to. That's
You
really
shouldn't
what
be
I was
at your
about to-
friend's house, you're of the opposite sex, after a certain time.
Exactly.
Like that's not cool. Like why you with them after 12 o'clock is too late to be at anybody's house.
Some
Like,
of you drunk, got Uber, we
Right.
got Lyft, we
Right.
got my car, we
Right.
gonna figure it out.
you could call me and be like, hey.
Look, we gonna bring it back to the taxi. You don't
Right.
have
Right.
I was about to go the same route. Kind of the same route she was going. When I meet someone and I start to date, like I'm really interested in them, I'm about to start start to invest in them. I'm gonna go through my phone and anybody that I look at their name and if I even think that they were attracted to me, I'll go ahead and send them a message. Hey, this is the deal. You know, I met somebody. Just kind of give you a heads up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I just feel like you gotta prepare yourself. I think
Yeah.
I agree with you. Like I go with you, and I totally understand what you were saying about it's cool to take like somebody out to eat. But on the other hand, when I look at it, I wouldn't do that. Just personally, me, I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't want my girl to do it. Because I know how fellas are. You know how we are.
Yeah.
Bro, you can sit here and tell me, and you can tell me all day long we homies.
No, you're right.
But
If
as
you take-
fellas,
if you
we
take-
sitting here thinking like, man, if she ever give me a chance, I promise you,
Yeah.
you know, stole her heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So I also know how we think like that too. But on the other hand, me, I'm gonna go ahead and take all them where your baby girl knows that I ain't talking to nobody like that.
Don't even get an opportunity.
No. But now when we single, oh yeah, we
Single.
flirting.
All games on bet. Let the best woman win. Let the best man win, right?
Picture, let's swing. Let's go. But once you realize, hey, I want to take it serious with this person, I just feel like you go ahead and start taking precautions to go ahead and start defusing little situations like that that could pop up.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I think like every relationship is different. It's not a one size fit all with relationships, cheating,
Oh, yeah.
boundaries. But I do think also there's very much a standard like to it. So let me ask you guys something, everyone, because we were talking about this, and I was like, because there are gray areas. me. So you have a girl. Your girl go out for the night with her homegirls. It's a girls' night. She goes out. She's at a bar. A guy walks up to her. He's like, "Can I buy you a drink?" She's like, "Sure, it's a free drink." Do you feel some type of way that she took a drink from another man? Because it's a free drink.
Yes.
But I've also heard men say nothing is free
Yes.
also.
Yes, it's a problem. Because can I go offer a girl a free drink?
Hell no, heck
I'm
no.
saying like when my girl allow me to go offer another lady a free drink
That's what
and
we're gonna
start a
do.
conversation.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's gonna do.
But we know she gonna.
Yeah, you know, I mean, who not going? What females go out? How many females go out? That's the question. How many females go out and don't get the free drink if it's offered? Because I mean, men do it. That's a way of giving you attention.
That's that conversation starter.
Yeah, that's the conversation starter. What you like to drink?
What you think, Greg? Come on, back me up, Greg.
Okay, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this. I feel like a drink is a drink. A drink is a drink.
So we got a boyfriend. We talking boyfriend at home waiting for you to
Yes.
come. Okay. Okay.
Because, okay, and I say this because I know, like, some people just go out and they just like to buy drinks. Like,
Right.
my guy, he's one of those people who likes to, buy for everybody. So if he was to go out and be like, I'm going to buy everybody at the bar a drink. If it's female sitting there.
That wasn't the question.
They got me last week, y'all.
That wasn't the question. We not buying everybody at the bar. We talking about the cute little shorty over in the corner.
Yeah,
That's what we talking
special
about.
drink.
Okay, so let me put a squirt to the scenario. What if he
Oh, you
buys-
definitely put a twerk to it.
What if he buying the drink for the girl so that the girl can come over and talk to him and his guys for his homeboy? That's the different scenario.
No, that wasn't the question.
Homeboy, it's giving me broke.
No.
It's giving me
Now
broke.
she sounded like
It's
she sounded like a
a
boyfriend.
scrubber's guy like on the passenger side.
She sounded like a
I'm
girlfriend. I was trying to hook you. I was just trying to hook him up with my
That's
own
the excuse right there. And
Yeah.
you can,
No, you definitely. I think you're just opening the door. I think that's simply opening. If you accept that drink, that's like him. That's giving him more leeway to say, okay, I'm gonna sit here and conversate some more. But you know he's not conversating on the new purse you just dropped that you're trying to sell, or the little program we got going that you're trying to get people to watch. He ain't worried about that. He's trying to get. We know everybody know where he's trying to go with it. So if you open the door with it, he thinks, okay, I got more space. Let me take a couple more steps with it.
Okay, I get that. Let me flip it.
All right.
So just last, right? We're gonna reverse that thing real quick. Cause just last night I was at Red. Karaoke's on Wednesdays, y'all. So I was at Red doing karaoke, right? And I was at the bar, and I was talking. And I talk to people at the bar all the time. And there was two guys that were at the bar, and they was drinking. We was talking, having a conversation, and then I was like, "What y'all drinking? I'm gonna buy y'all a drink."
Right.
but
Nah.
see,
Was you bartending?
No, I was there as a customer.
But you was feeling good. You was just being friendly.
I just brought a drink.
But see, that's different if you just buying them a drink. That's different if it's like that. Now sliding up, hey, what's your name? Can I buy you a drink? That's different.
Okay, so now that's it.
That's different. Now if I see two little shorties sitting there and they look like they having a good time, I just bought me and my homeboys a couple drinks. You know what? Let's take another $20. Man, get them whatever they want. Hey, I got a nice bonus this week. Get them whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? That's different.
1942. Not playing. So some of our Instagram people commented. So DJ said, I agree, I'll buy the rounds for everyone. Y'all, he will. Literally. Tracy said, you should be able to get a drink if you're not insecure. You don't trust her and you shouldn't be. If you feel if you're not secure, you don't trust her and you shouldn't be together. Why would I care if my girl get a drink from a guy at the bar? Keep money in your pocket.
it's not about the trust or the money. It's about
Opening the door.
it's about simply opening that space for me to come in and talk to you because I don't bought you a drink now.
She also said she doesn't have to talk back, get the drink, and don't entertain him. Keep moving.
Okay, so
That's definitely.
that's how it's supposed to work, but
Yeah.
that's not normally. If a guy offers you a drink is he just gonna, oh, here you go, here's a drink, and then turn around and walk off?
9 times out of 10, it's not working.
Yeah, 9 times out
Now,
of 10,
like
it's not working.
the 1 out of 10,
But
the
you
homeboy
can.
Even if you do try to keep it pushing, he might take
He
this
gonna
as
talk
a
about
disrespect.
it too.
Yeah.
So then it might be a violent situation. I done seen that happen personally in the club. Like I done seen it happen. Like a violent situation turn around just because the girl won't give up the dude the time of day, but she accepted the gift. How you accept the gift, but not, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
So let me ask you this: do you feel like as men you should make sure your girl's straight when she go out regardless?
I'm gonna give her money before she go.
So she shouldn't even have to ask
Yeah,
like
so
anyone.
I'm sliding that money in her pocket before she go. So she don't have to worry about that. You don't need to buy your drink back. I put you $150 in there, you buy you and all your girls.
That's a good night.
You know what I'm saying?
Me
Like,
too.
like,
That's a real good night.
I got drinks, baby. I got that. Like, we good on that.
Oh, Spice Lady said, I agree with the guys. The guys is doing it for a reason.
And you know what? Coming from a guy, so my guy, he did say, he's like, nothing is free. If somebody is buying you a drink or they do something, they want something in return. Nothing is free.
Even if it's just a conversation, but what did you say conversation leads to?
Conversation leads to connection.
So let me ask you this, because we can reverse it. Okay, we're going to be 100 in a bar. No girls really coming up. I mean, you must be fine, but you know, most of the time, no girls really coming up to guys buying them drinks. But you, in a club, you got a section with your homeboys. So y'all in a section and it's 3 y'all. 2, you the only one in a relationship. They were calling over girls. So you have a girl sit beside you, you know, taking y'all bottles, drinking with you, flirting with you. Are you gonna get up and leave? Or are you just gonna respect it and be like, nah, I'm good, like, how are you?
So we at the club with all the boys,
Yeah. And they calling girls over to their
and we in a
section.
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That really ain't gonna be the way I move anyway. But that's just me personally. I don't disrespect anyone that says, hey, I'm in a relationship, I wanna go hang out with the fellas. Me personally, I just would keep myself from opening that door. So, because when you get out and about, it's natural for folks to think, hey, they out in the scene, I don't see, there ain't nobody with them, you know? So for me, like that, I wouldn't really be there. But if that happens, I'm gonna be vocal. I'm always vocal. Oh, you really pretty, young lady. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate your love. But like, you know, I already, you know, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me.
You doing it?
Yeah.
So we'll go over a couple more comments and then we'll go to the next section.
We got some good comments
Yes,
on
we
here.
do. I'll let you go, Bree.
Okay, so Red Velvet said, I've been to the club with my girls before. So it's a guy that asked me to come here. He said, can I buy you a drink? Are you drinking? I responded, no. And sure, and goes to get a drink. Tell him thank you.
Tracy said, that's true, but she's not cheating by accepting a drink. The guy may be doing it for a reason, but she's not cheating. And Amori, hopefully I'm saying your name right, I'm sorry if I'm not, she agreed.
Okay.
I think I would get
everybody's agreeing with accepting the drink isn't really cheating.
It isn't cheating. I
what you do
100%
afterwards.
agree. It's the actions you
The
make after
action.
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But also,
Because
how would you want them to do? Think about how you would feel if somebody else did it. And see, I think a lot of times we quick to say, oh, I want to feel this way, until it's actually done to you.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I thought you weren't gonna feel that way, baby. Now now you heat it.
yeah, now you mad that I don't make bum drinks and
But
you just had a drink.
either way, I can understand.
I can see it for both too, because I would be like, we next month, look, you done spent how much? What was you doing? Oh, I just bought it for Lou. So I just,
What?
You got hit when you asked him a minute ago.
Right.
You went up quick. when you asked him about if he asked you, how would you feel if I buy drinks for another girl? You're like, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? And I have a feeling a lot of these ladies chiming in, and that's going to be their same response when the roles is the other way and I'm buying the drinks.
And I do understand ladies trying to save their money and use, what their looks for a drink. But if it's really just about a drink, then you'll get a drink regardless, not just because of how you look. Like you'll get a drink off of the vibe, the conversation, not somebody trying to come talk to you and buy you a drink that way. You know what I'm saying?
I think it all makes sense though.
They do.
It does.
They come together very good. So, Why do people cheat? Dun dun dun.
We're all everybody's different.
Everybody is different.
Some folks cheat to replace. They look
So
to
for
replace.
men, why do you feel like most
I don't think you can really put a sexual thing on it. I think you just have to, it narrows down to different people cheat for different reasons. I personally, I'm gonna sit down with you and just tell you, baby girl, listen, like we done had this talk before, but this ain't really working out. Like I ain't gonna cheat on you. I refuse to do that. Like that's just not my motto. But yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna walk away. You know, I hate to do it to you, baby girl, but I promise you I would never cheat on you. Thoughts been going through my mind. I want something different. Sorry. You know, it's time to call it quits. You know?
That's very noble.
That
And I just feel like you will always keep the respect in that
You
person.
can wait till after. That's what I wrote. Like those were the biggest things I wrote down was like respect. And I think a lot of people, you know, that's the biggest thing about why people do it. I feel like as long as you have that respect there. So let me ask you this, because you know, I think men, in which I'm not trying to generalize everything, people are different, but obviously, you know, a lot of times when we talk about cheating, we talk about like women, how you mentioned earlier, a lot of women, they cheat a lot of times emotionally or mentally before they cheat physically.
Right.
And I think for a lot of men, not all, but a lot, they will cheat physically and just get their love and just be like,
That's because
whatever.
naturally women are set up more emotionally than men are. Men are more to the eye. That's for like, for instance, you date a man, and both of you can have a nice body. Both of you can have a nice body. But it's just natural for when you as the woman gets naked, he's gonna get naturally more amused and more excited than when he gets naked.
Yeah, sure.
Because women are set up more to the thought. Now, women get more attracted, they're gonna get turned on more to the emotional side of it. If you wanna cuddle with them, you wanna talk to them, you wanna hear about what wasn't so great about today and how can I make that better. That stuff like that is what really is gonna turn them on. Us men, all you gotta do is show us a booty and like, you know what I'm saying? Like we ready, you know what I'm saying? We had a bad day, we win. Today's been great. You just killed it all. But see, for women, you don't just walk up and be like, blah.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And her be like, babe, that's exactly what I needed to see. You know,
Yeah.
women, you need to walk up. Babe, I heard you had a bad day. I'm sorry.
The affection, the emotions.
I got your Starbucks card. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
For us men, you just walk up. Oh, babe, you had a bad day. Oh, babe, that made it a whole lot better. But that's just because as men, we set up naturally to the physical.
Right.
To the physical side of it.
Yeah.
She wasn't talking to me, guys.
I wasn't. I'm sorry, y'all. I was just talking to the dog. Sorry, y'all.
She's asking a question.
Huh?
Said she's been vocal today.
Very. Okay. So, for me, I feel like I don't know, like why. I feel like people may cheat because they're bored. You know, that's maybe one reason. Like I was talking to someone the other day, and you know, she was like, "Yeah, you know, I'm married, but I, you know, do my thing." And she's like, "I'm bored," you know, and that's just what it is. Like I'm bored.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So
you gotta
I
keep
feel
it
like,
spicy.
At least she was honest about it. She said she was married.
Yeah.
she's like, I'm bored, so I go out to have fun, and that's what it is. And I think that's where most people they're either bored or they don't have everything that they want, so they look for it elsewhere, but they don't want to actually like leave who they're with. They just want to test and see if what they're lacking here, if they can get it there. Like I've been told before, because I was in a 7-year relationship, and he was like, when I was cheated on, I was like, what did I do wrong? Because I felt like I did everything right. Like I was playing wife and wasn't wife, you know, cooking, cleaning, doing all of that stuff, making sure you're taken care of. And he was like, it wasn't nothing that you did, I just wasn't ready. But I knew that you was a good person, and I didn't want to lose you, so I kept you here while I did what I did. And when I was done, you know, playing around, I was going to eventually get right.
It's always me last, right?
Actually, I don't think you asked because she ain't with you.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, I think people cheat. Just attention, different things. Like you said, you know, everybody has their own reasons. Some might be for money. They might get tired. They might get into a lifestyle, and then something bad might happen. So then it's just not enough for them. It's just not what they want. Some people cheat because maybe their man works too much, or maybe their female works too much, and they're not getting that love anymore,
That attention.
or the attention that they used to get.
Yeah.
It's just all different types of reasons. Like he said, it's unisex. Women cheat and men cheat. Women cheat for their own reasons, men cheat for their own reasons. It's not really only one side cheats. Like women might cheat more for emotional or what's the word I'm looking for? Emotions, or maybe like just something that they want. You know what I'm saying? Like if they want a certain thing from a guy and they can't get it, and guys are always throwing themselves in women anyway. If another guy's like, hey, I'll do this for you, no problem, and he ain't never met you, she might cheat right then and there just because she don't even have to.
She feels like he supplies more than.
Yeah, and he doesn't even have to, he doesn't even require that much. A guy that's with you, of course, he probably might require you to do his laundry, keep the house clean. But a guy that's just trying to get something from you, he might pay for it, or he might could just, it would be different. A guy, he could cheat on a female based off of a woman. Some women, when they might be on their menstrual cycle, he might be ready to get down dirty, but he can't. So he might go out and cheat. It's just different.
Selfishness ways.
Yeah, it's different.
But it is. It's all different for everybody.
That's crazy. You're the third guy that has said that. Like no shame or no nothing, but about a woman being on her period and about a woman. Excuse me. Being on her cycle, and he just wanted to get it. And I thought it's just kind of crazy. Not saying that guys all guys do that, but
I ain't gonna cheat on my girl because she don't know, her
No, we still don't.
Yeah,
You my girl. That's like right. Oh, we get the shower curtain. It's about to be a murder scene.
Whoa, this conversation just went all the way to the left. Wait a minute.
Shower curtain, towel, whatever you need, your baby wipe, whatever you need.
It's just
Hey, I'm telling you.
I seen one of her comments I really loved, and I liked it. Omori, and I'm sorry if I keep saying her name wrong. She said, I feel like men cheat to get what they're not getting in their relationship, and women cheat to replace. But Tracy said, I disagree. Some women cheat because the opportunity is available. And I agree with Amori a little bit too, because I think sometimes women do cheat to replace. Like, not all the time. Like, women are sexual beings. We're very sexual. We like different things. And I think we're in a new age. Before then, women didn't talk about like what they liked in the bedroom. They just kind of just did it. And now we are very outspoken about what we like, what we're not doing. Like I've always said, I have never said anything. I would literally tell you to get off of me right now. Like I just don't enjoy it. Now I see her because why? Because if you don't like, you ain't gonna, fake it. So, but that's off the topic. However, I just think sometimes when you do cheat, like a lot of times you cheat to replace as a woman, I think a lot of times, not all the times, but what I've seen sometimes with women, we kind of cheat up. Sometimes with guys, y'all cheat down. Y'all cheat crazy.
Listen.
When it comes to a females try to make it like a. Now don't get me wrong when I say this, but females try to. Not saying men don't, but females always try to find somebody that they think is better than what they had, and it might not even be like that. Like you cheating with somebody.
Grass greener on the other side.
Yeah, like.
Listen.
I believe they ask more grass.
Listen, I say this all the time. You're going to get 80% of what you want out of a person. Because nobody's perfect. You're not going to always get 100 out of that person. Everybody got their flaws. But it's, are you able to deal with, like, you able to accept the 80 that you get, or is the 20 more important than the 80 that you get? Most people, they cheat and they feel like, oh, well, this person is giving me the 20 that I'm missing, but they don't realize, like, just because they give you that 20, that's all that they give you. They not giving you the rest that you getting over here and the 80 that you getting over here. So now you thinking the grass is green, and you get over here, you realize, well, dang, you had a woman that supported you, that supported your dreams, that stood behind you, that motivated you, that cooked, that cleaned, all that. But sometimes she nag you about cleaning. Sometimes she, you know, she be on you, you know, about the things that you not doing, or, you know, maybe she don't always keep her hair done 100% of the time, or maybe she gained a little weight, whatever the case may be. But you got this woman over here that got this nice little slender body, you know, everything that you like. She ain't nagging you, but she ain't with you all the time like this woman is.
Yeah, that makes a difference. When you live with somebody, or you in a real relationship where you guys actually are depending on each other for different things.
Day by day. Not
Like,
just
it's
going
different.
home or going to your separate place.
Yeah.
Day by day, being with somebody, learning them, being with them, actually knowing, do they leave their clothes on the ground?
Or-
Do they take a shower every day?
Do they wake up every morning ill?
Yeah,
Right.
like, stuff like that. Yeah, that's what really determines too how you.
It's like, oh, you like her now? Wake up beside her 3 straight days. I bet you won't like this.
Right. So we got a YouTube comment, Tracy. She says,
I love it.
the guys don't cheat down because they marry or date the safe choice, not who they. No, she said guys cheat down because they marry or date the safe choice, not who they truly want.
So that
And
kind of
I think
sounds
that's a
like
good point. And I think it goes back to us talking that last time we talked about knowing what you want when you're looking for someone. Knowing what you want and know what turns you on. That is key, you know? Because, I mean, if you get with somebody and you know they don't turn you on physically, you think, oh, well, maybe I can be attracted to them lady. What if lady don't come?
Right.
You know, now you got to talk yourself out of the situation.
I feel like you should never settle though. Like that's the thing. Like I don't like when people say, "Oh, I'm settling now with this person," because if it's somebody that you truly want to be with, it's not really settling now. It's you're committing to this person. That's it. Like you shouldn't settle for anything. Like if you know you're not truly, like the comment just said, when you're not fed at home, you'll go out to eat. When you're not truly fed, then don't commit yourself to this person if they're not checking off everything or most of the boxes that you are willing to accept. Like don't commit to that person. Like you don't have to commit just because you love this person. You can love someone and not be with them.
Yeah, that's good.
See, I feel like, I feel like when it comes down to it though, time, people try to put time on cheating, you know. I've had somebody tell me a couple times, or time after time I've heard, when it comes down to it, people try to put years on it. Like if you been with somebody for 5 years, 10 years, 3 years, 4 years.
No reason. There's no reason. Right, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like the years.
Just because you've been with somebody so long,
Yeah, it
don't
doesn't-
give you the
Like somebody could change tomorrow.
Right.
You know, it doesn't, I mean, the time really doesn't benefit. I mean, it benefits because, you know, you learning and you growing that person. But say after 10 years, you've been with somebody and you just like, you meet somebody new and it feels like a new spark. Like you felt when you met the person that you might be with, you might feel that with the new person that you just met. You know, but you've been with somebody 10 years. So how can you really...
But like Zane just said, you gotta keep the relationship
Boy.
sparky. Like you gotta keep
You gotta come home and play police officer one day. You gotta come home and play the doctor
But I
one
think
day.
that also goes with
Right.
knowing your partner.
Right.
I think that goes with knowing your partner and what they need and what they
What
want.
they
If
want,
you
what
have
they
a
need.
partner that
And feed.
is very sexual driven and
Yeah.
knows at the time you have to do something different. If you have a partner that's very emotional, you have to know. Like, I think date nights are important no matter what.
Oh,
Absolutely.
so
Like
flirting.
my parents been together for 25 years now, and like they still do date nights, and they still like have that little like spark of flirting and stuff. Like
You
I'm
gotta
scared
keep
to go
that.
to my mom's phone without.
Oh, Lord.
I'm scared. Okay. I'm not scared to go through her phone literally.
Oh,
So yeah. So we're gonna go into the next say once a cheater, always a cheater?
That's it right there.
I'm gonna be the first one to chime in on this one, cause I be thinking sometimes I feel like people can change, and I do believe like you may have cheated once, and you may have had I ain't even gonna say a slip up, a misjudging, misjudging of character, like, and you went out and did your thing. You can change. I believe you can change. I absolutely do believe you can change. But I feel like, you gotta wanna change. Like, if it goes back to what I said before, a person who wants to be kept will be kept. And that's that,
The only person that ain't gonna cheat is somebody that don't want to.
Exactly. And it's just like, you have to be willing, like, are you willing to, and I said sacrifice in my notes, but I don't want to put that because it's not really sacrificing when it's somebody that you love and you love them. Like, you gotta just make the adjustments. Like, relationships aren't easy. Being with someone is never gonna be easy because you have this person with their personality, their beliefs, their morals, you with your personality, your beliefs, your morals. You're bringing these two people together into one. So now you got two different personalities, two different beliefs, all these things wrapped into one. Like, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. But you find that person who is worth going through that fight with. Like, you can't just go through that fight with anybody because everybody's not going to appreciate it. But once you find that one person that's going to appreciate it and that is going to be like, hey, I'm willing to ride with you till the wheels fall off.
Everybody gonna make mistakes, and everybody's probably gonna hurt you in some form or fashion. You just gotta figure out who's worth it.
Absolutely.
I like that. Hashtag.
That's my Bob Marley. I
Hashtag.
like to talk my Bob Marley.
Spoken word by Jay.
Right.
I think, ask me this maybe 3 years ago, I would definitely say once a cheater, always a cheater. Like, no, like that's who you are. But I think we evolved as humans. I think that kind of distinguishes us from like animals in our primal. We have these animalistic instincts and stuff like that, but we evolve, we grow. So where you were in high school and where you are now, like just picture it, is completely different.
Oh, wow.
So what you did in high school versus what you did now is completely different. And who you dated, how you acted, is the biggest thing. So I think for me, once a cheater, always a cheater. No. However, I think there's a difference between a single isolated incident and a habitual cheater.
Absolutely.
I think when you do one single, like something, like stuff happens, like, you still chose to do it. There's no such thing as I accidentally had sex or I accidentally told someone else this and that. But that's a one-time thing. I think when you have a history of habitually doing the same thing, then you're making that same choice over and over and over again. Knowing the outcome of it, no, you're a cheater. Like, that's who you are. So I'm good on it. I'll get my child support, my alimony.
What about you?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm just sitting here thinking, like I'm not a cheater, so I don't really know how to come from this point. But I mean, I can understand the situation. I can understand someone being in a situation and they cheat in that situation, and then feeling like, well, if I had a man that was this, I wouldn't cheat in that situation. Or if I had a woman that was this, like, I can understand it. I don't can't just give you an honest point from my side because I'm not gonna cheat. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna let you know straight up.
Yeah.
So, but that's a tough one. Like, I respect it either way. If you say yes, once a cheater, always a cheater, I'm gonna respect what you say. And if you say no, people can change. I've changed before. It wasn't over cheating, but I've definitely changed, and I changed because I wanted to. That's the key.
Absolutely.
Nobody's gonna change until they
want to.
It don't matter how much you want
Right.
to.
Right.
Until they want to change, it ain't gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't believe you will always be a cheater. I don't believe you can always be anything. It's just like with anything in life. If you do it for a certain period of time, you can change. You can stop But if you cheating, I would assume that it's just something that you want to do. No, I don't believe you always have to be a cheater, because if you find somebody that you say you want to be with, I would assume that you would do the right thing by the person that you want to be with. You wouldn't go out and cheat or find somebody else. A lot of men, you saying that you straight up. A lot of men not straight up.
Oh, I know.
They not. They would rather. But see, I think men cheat, or they would rather cheat because they wouldn't want to hurt the other female's feelings, or they would want to keep the benefits that they're receiving.
Well, see, that ain't never made sense to me. If you don't want to hurt somebody, but not only
it comes to different things though. It might be the trust. Like, he might not trust her, so he cheats. He might trust that she looks so good, too good for him. Ain't no way in the world that she's just talking to him. That could be his ego.
That's his insecurities.
You're right.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be a different thing. So if he is cheating, maybe he hasn't cheated before, but he finds a woman that is he finds a woman that he thinks is looking good, and he's like, man, this is too good to be true. Like, she doing everything right. She telling me she ain't no cheater, and I ain't never really had no woman. Not speaking on me, but just saying, like,
in perspective.
Yeah, in perspective. Yeah. If he's never had a woman that's been good to him, he might feel like, yeah, this too good to be true. I gotta have a plan B, because ain't no way in the world she cooking, cleaning. She say she don't cheat. She go to work, come home. I don't have no problems. I don't have no dude saying, oh yeah, I know her, or I've seen her, or nothing like that. So, but I don't feel like once a cheater, always a cheater. Definitely not. People have cheated. I ain't gonna say people have cheated, because everybody doesn't cheat. But like you said, you evolve. In high school, you might have been known for trying to have the best girl, best dress, but once you get in a relationship, you might be married for life. You might not ever cheat again. So you never know.
So going to the comments here, I got YouTube up. Tracy says, how many of y'all have cheated on this panel? I'm curious.
I knew she was like, I do. Someone, we heard no, Zay has it, okay? Right. He has made that perfectly clear.
I love it here, so we gonna mark me. I'm in the same boat. Yeah. What about y'all two?
I can tell on Z's face. I can tell by the way.
Yeah. I own it. I don't feel sorry like I did. I was in a relationship. I was young. I found out he cheated first, so I cheated back, and that's not good. Tic-tac is not good. But I felt like, let me show you how to really do it. If you gonna do it like this and be sloppy, let me show you how to really do it.
When you cheat, they always make sure they go a step above.
Yeah, always.
Like, when he see who I cheated with, he about to be heartbroken, because we know that woman go get. He just messed with her. And that's the thing. Men
don't cheat with anything.
But men cheat just because they can.
Yeah, just because they can.
It's like, bro, you didn't look at her before you cheated with her, bro.
But I've never been sloppy, and I would say that was one isolated incident, of course, but I'm big on respect, and so how can you say respect and you cheated? I definitely agree, but you know how girls are, come to you woman to woman, I want to let you know this and that. If I have, whoever it was with, this is my man, if you see us, you better walk the other way, don't ever, I don't see how people cheat and they downplay. I think guys do it a little, no, I wouldn't even say guys do, I think it's equal, actually. And they're in the bed with the person they're cheating on, and they're, talking about their spouse, down talking to them, playing them. I think, how could you really, that opens up to that person, well, if you don't respect them, why should I? Why would I just and that? That's another thing I don't like.
I have cheated before.
Okay.
I have. I don't really have, I don't really have no reason or why. I might have cheated simply just because I could, shoot, I might have felt I might have cheated just because I could, really. Yeah. But I'm I don't want it. I'm not a cheater. Now, don't get me wrong. I have cheated, but I'm not a cheater. I don't believe cheating is something that you should do if you're trying to be committed to somebody, by all means. But you know, when I cheated, I was younger, so.
Okay, so the last topic we'll get into is, and this was kind of pretty simple, but do you think cheating or cheaters can be forgiven? I feel like we always hear the I can forgive and never forget and all of that. So how do you guys feel about that?
I do feel like cheaters can be forgiven. Only because, like what you said, you might cheat one time. Typically, I wouldn't say people cheat one time, but people do mess up and get lust confused with the real. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, rappers. If somebody that you've been with for a long time, and you know you go see a rapper or somebody famous that you've always wanted to see, and that you get that opportunity, would you cheat? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of females will say yes to certain people. Some females will say no. A lot of dudes will say yes to certain females. A lot of dudes might say no. But I mean,
So your answer is yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You can be forgiven.
What about you?
You go next.
I think it can be forgiven to a certain extent. Like, I think for me, I'm hard stuck on, like, it's hard for me to let things go. Like, we might be at the grocery store 3 years later looking at apples. I'm like, was these apples the girls' apples? And I know it's bad, y'all. I know it's bad. And that's, like, crazy for me. So I want to say, yeah, but I think for me, it can be forgiven if you talk about it. I think a lot of people, they cheat, they yell, they on makeup sets, and then they just let it go. I feel like I would want to know, like, why did you do it? How can we grow from here? Like, let's dissect it and talk about it. So we have that kind of like discussion. Or if we're married, we go to therapy, then definitely yes.
All right.
I think that's a tough one. I think that we all are quick to say it with our mouths. That, yes, we'll forgive you, and yeah, we might forgive you. But I ain't gonna never trust you again. And if we ain't got that, we might as well just chuck the deuces.
Right.
If we ain't got trust.
We ain't got nothing.
And I've never had to deal with that. Now I've had trust issues, but it ain't been because of infidelity. It's just because some people will lie to you just because the day is Monday. You know, but me personally, I just don't think that I can personally get by it. I've never been cheated on that I know of. But if I did know, I don't know. I just don't think I could. I can forgive you for just about everything. But I think communication was there. We knew boundaries. Everything was talked about. Like you went way outside the box. So.
Yeah, I've been cheated on, so I know how that is too.
I think we all have. So I wrote my notes down. So I say yes. I feel like cheating can be forgiven, but never forgotten. For whoever the cheater may be, whether it's the woman or the man, and yes, I said woman because, like Miss Z just said, you know, us women, we do cheat too, and way more than men, if y'all want to believe it or not. But the difference between women and men is women are way more sneakier than y'all.
Y'all slick.
We're more, and we can keep a secret way better than a man can.
Oh, they
So,
can. Women.
woo. But that's what I said. They may not always mention it or bring it up, but let you not answer their phone calls, let you not text them back right away, let you not come home from work on time like you usually do, or you say I'm going to the store, you gone too long. Any little thing is gonna be in the back of the head, like, are you cheating again? You know?
Zip down, you automatically cheat.
Right. And a lot of people like to say, I didn't know my partner was cheating, but you know, a person who really pays attention to their partner, they knows. Like, you know when your partner is acting a little different, because when they cheating, now, I'm going to tell you the signs now. When they cheating, they going to start moving a little funny. You calling them, they always pick up when you call. Now they ain't picking up the phone. They always got an excuse why they ain't answer. Or they going into the shower. They ain't never took the phone in the shower with them before. Now all of a sudden they taking the phone in the shower with them.
Music. You
know?
Alexa.
They aggravated with everything you do and everything you say. They jumpy. When you ask them the questions that you normally always ask them, now they like, why are you questioning me? Those are all signs of cheating. Like, come on now. Right.
All of those signs
You
are
got,
signs of cheating.
yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. And they got these numbers popping up in their phone talking about why is Walmart calling you at 12 o'clock in the
That ain't
morning.
Walmart.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
That's Chris.
You just cheating or you just killing somebody.
So I feel like the act of cheating can be forgiven, but it will never be forgotten. It's always going to be in the back of someone's head.
Yeah.
Definitely, I definitely agree. I do. So, guys, I want to thank both of you guys for coming in tonight with us. Girls Talk, Let's
Good job,
Talk.
bro.
Round of applause for Corey and Zane. I appreciate it. And our audience, once again, we love you guys so much. And you know we're not going to leave until we do our final two things. So, Bree's going to kick it off with
Our affirmations for this week. So, you guys, my affirmation for this week that I want to leave with y'all is, I am expecting good things to happen to me very soon. I am committed to my well-being. I work on my happiness daily. I have put in effort and I am making progress in my wins. I know that anything I want is possible because I believe. I am ready for things to work out in my favor, and my blessings are abundant. I am abundant.
Yes, we love it. We love it. And then tune in next Thursday, 8 p.m. live again with Bree and Z, your beautiful co-hosts. Ooh, I don't think that's a word, but it's okay. We will be talking about vanity.
Vanity.
And is beauty really in the beat?